Welcome to another episode of the Travelling Art Gypsy. Today Tim and I have just arrived at our new campsite on the Nullarbor Plain. Nullarbor comes, I think, from a Latin word meaning no trees, and we're just at the beginning of the eastern part of the Nullarbor Plain, and we have this amazing campsite in the middle of nowhere. There's our van. It's called Gilgare Hut, and there's no history here. There's no plaque to tell us what this hut was or who lived here, but it's quite amazing to think that anybody lived here at all. There's nobody else here, just the two of us. We came down a very bad corrugated road, 5 kilometres to get here, and it's a little bit windy, as you can see, but I am going to have a go at doing some art outside. So we have, I think, another 900 kilometres to go on the Nullarbor Plain, so it'll take us a few days. There is a stretch of road that is the longest straight road in Australia. It's 146 kilometres. We haven't come across it yet, but the roads have been fairly straight anyway to here so far. So I'm not sure what that's. So today I'm going to carry on with the art piece that I started yesterday, a little painting of some sort of hot pink purplish flowers I photographed on the beach at one of the campsites that we stayed at. I used fabric collage for the beginning of it yesterday, and I glued it down with gel medium, and I brushed gel medium over the top of it to seal the fabric. And today I'm going to paint some clear gesso over it so that I can use some Inktense pencils to draw in the flowers. So I was just contemplating, why have I chosen wildflowers to do on this trip? An obvious reason would seem that there are a lot of them, and we are driving in springtime. It's spring here in Australia starts in September, and we're heading towards the end of October, so there's still quite a lot of flowers out in the wild. But yesterday I realised that when I was 7 years old, my parents and I moved from Sydney, North Sydney where we lived, to the countryside. It's no longer really countryside anymore, but it was in those days. In 1964 we moved to a small town called Tamor, and my father built a chicken farm. And we lived in a small 3-bedroom house. Sorry, what am I saying? A small 3-room house. We only had 1 bedroom. The lounge room and the bedroom were 1 room. And I actually slept in the same room as my parents until I was 12 years old, 12 or 13 years old, because we had no other space. The other room was a kitchen, and then there was a shower and a small storeroom. Anyway, when we moved there, as I said, there were dirt roads, and our milk was delivered by horse and cart in those days, which was amazing. And I loved horses. I used to run up to, when they delivered the milk, I would run up and ask if I could jump on the wagon and ride down to the next house. And it was a Clydesdale horse, I remember, beautiful horse. And we had lots of wildflowers growing everywhere, because it was very much uncleared land at that time. Tiny little wildflowers, all different colours, purples, yellows, pinks, hot pinks. And I loved to collect them when I was a child. And I think that's why I'm doing wildflowers now. It's somehow connecting me with my childhood, and I'm having a lot of childhood memories coming up from that time. So yeah, it's it's really interesting how our art informs us about our life. Okay. So here is the art piece I started yesterday. I'll put a photograph of the flowers that I am going to do, but these circles here are basically the center of the flowers that are in the composition, and I use these are African fabrics. This is an African fabric, these are African fabrics, these are African fabrics. I just find them very vibrant, and they're a waxed fabric that is the same on both sides. Oh gosh, there's somebody else coming, another camper van arriving. Let me see if I can show you. Yes, someone else is joining us. Anyway, I'm going to continue with this with Inktense pencils. First I'm going to put clear gesso over the top and then draw in the flowers with the Inktense pencils.